Kenny here with Gardening Simplified. It is almost the middle of December, and today we're going to talk about freeze drying some parsley and some cabbage. Being they like this cold weather, and this is the best time to grow them. First thing, when you're going to do some parsley, of course, I have some parsley. Now, parsley grows good in the cool season, so this is an excellent time to do it. And we have a bunch extra, and if we don't harvest it out, which is going to go to seed, but what we're doing, we'll wash it, and then we're just pulling the stems out. We're just going to dry the leaves, and this is the start. And while we're freeze drying, we've got some cabbage. We had some cabbages that was split, so we couldn't take them to the market and had way too many. We got plenty of kraut right now, so and we've got one in the crisper in the house, so we decided we'd freeze dry this, being they were split open. There's nothing wrong with them as long as you catch them before they start to rot in the middle. But so what we did was took out our handy dandy slicer, sliced them up, and put them in the freeze dryer. Okay, once you get it all separated, and not that you have to get it all separated, and we'll talk about that in a minute, we pile it up on these trays. Now, this will push down. This was about a bushel of parsley, and it wasn't a packed bushel. Now, I can normally fit a good packed bushel of cilantro in here. But anyway, we're going to get these evened down on the trays. Now, here's all the stems. Now, what I want to mention is the stems have parsley flavor too. Just like cilantro, you could chop these up and freeze dry them. We've just got a lot of parsley, so we've chosen to kind of get the texture just of the leaves and what smaller stems attach to the leaves. And we've taken the bigger stems out. It is a little bit more work. You could just take this parsley and just chop it up and then put it on your freeze dryer tray. That'd work just as well. Now, I am going to turn my freeze dryer tray temperature down so I can do this parsley. Now, I've already started my freeze dryer. It says it's ready to load, but I want to turn this temperature down. We've talked about this in earlier videos, but we'll go ahead and go over it again. We're just going to hit this green leaf up here in the corner. It's going to stop the process. Then we're going to go into customize. And we've got our tray temperature right here, which is at 125. We're going to turn this down to 110. Now, most herbs I'll do at 105, like oregano, thyme, and stuff. I don't want to cook out the oils. And the same thing with the parsley. I want to keep a little more flavor, so I'm going to dry it slower. You can do it how you want. You can dry it at 125. I mean, at 125. But the thing is that it will not have quite as much flavor. It might not seem like a lot, but it makes a difference. So now once we do this, we're going to sit and hit save. That's going to take us back to our screen. We're going to start. And we're not going to go through all this thing, so we're going to hit that green leaf. Well, sorry about that. Normally, if it doesn't go back to this screen, and the reason it did, it was running actually about almost 40 minutes, and it's got the temperature down to 32. So it's got that chamber cool. It can go ahead and start. Now we're going to get our trays and get this loaded. Okay, the trays are loaded. What I've done is, you can see I stacked these trays on top of each other. What that does is compress this down, and if I really needed to, like I did with my cabbage, I would actually put pressure on it. This won't take that much. These aren't loaded that heavy. The heavier the tray is loaded, the longer the freeze dry time. That's why I never give times. Okay, we're going to get this loaded, and it's easier to do this with two people because one person's going to inspect the bottom of the trays, make sure nothing's on them while they're held up. And then we're just going to stick these in here. You generally don't want anything touching the top. It may burn the lead a little bit, but I haven't really come into that problem. Now, certain things, when you freeze dry, you want to make sure that you don't load the trays too heavy. We did some persimmons the other day. I'm going to go ahead and close this and close the valve. And we're going to hit continue. Now, if any of you have done candy, especially gummy bears, I won't do no more candy. I did that for my grandkids, but gummy bears, I have to say, are the worst because they expand so much, and I had all kind of problems. But we're going to get back to persimmons. Now, my persimmons, they have a lot of sugar in them. And I had enough for a load, but I didn't have my trays real heavy, and it's a good thing because they do the same way. Whenever that sugar starts to get a vacuum, when it starts thawing, it just expands, and it tripled its size. But like I say, I didn't have that much in there, so be aware of that when you're freeze drying. We're going to let this go, and for those of you like when I turn this on, start cooling down, it doesn't hurt to run it longer than 15 minutes. It just wants to get that chamber cooled down a little bit, but it doesn't hurt to run it longer. Like I say, it's almost 40 minutes. So now when I'm starting, of course, I just put these in. It's coming up a little bit, but I've started where my chamber was cooler, so it'll take a little less time. But anyway, we'll get back to this whenever we take these out. Okay. It's showing an hour left. I had 10 hours of extra dry time. 9 ought to be enough. It's been drying for almost 23 hours. So we're just going to cancel this. And we're going to open the valve. Most of the herbs don't take long at all. Even at that lower temperature, they dry pretty fast. What we want to do now is make sure that they're good and dry, and they're definitely good and dry. So we're going to get these in storage. And we just kind of mash it up some, and then we just shoot it in the food processor a little bit, get it down to the consistency we want. And there we go. That's the consistency we take it to. But we've got almost a quart. And like I say, that was about a bushel. So if you did it a little coarser, if that's the way you like it, it would have probably been a little bit more in there. But anyway, that's parsley. Simple job. Now we just got to wait on the cabbage. Okay. Looks like the cabbage is done. Actually, it's probably had about 20 extra hours of dry time, which is not going to hurt it. I never planned to stay up late and finish this up. So now what we're going to do is we'll bleed the pressure off of here, and we'll take this stuff out. Now, when you do cabbage, and I don't suggest Mylar. I mean, you could do Mylar, but this cabbage is really fragile. We're going to put this in our handy dandy bowl. But this stuff is really fragile. It's going to break up when you put it in something. Now we're going to put it in jars, and we're not going to worry about breaking it some. But for what we want to do, we want to make sure that it's kind of got some texture to it, as far as depending on what you're going to put it in. If you're going to put it in soups or something just for flavor, you might not be too concerned. Now, we are going to push this down a little bit. Get as much as we can in the jar. And I don't recommend pounding your jar unless you got a towel or something under it. But we're going to do it like this. It may take more, well, it will take more jars. But this way, when we rehydrate it, we're going to have a good piece of cabbage. So anyway, we're gonna finish this up. Okay, we have these all jarred up, and we did put oxygen absorber. We put a 300 in there. There's a lot of air, but we also vacuum packed these, so double security. What I do want to say is that we used 3 cabbage. These were kind of I'd say medium, maybe a little large. Cabbage heads. That's what filled the large freeze dryer. And another thing I want to say, some of you might say, well, why bother freeze drying cabbage? You know, you can grow cabbage almost year round. And that is true. But cabbage grown in cool weather like we have now is much sweeter. It's the ideal time to have cabbage. And if you can keep cabbage that comes from that time, you're doing real good. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video on freeze drying parsley and cabbage. And if you want to see more freeze drying videos, videos on growing and self-sustainable lifestyles like homestead, just hit that subscribe, hit the bell, select all, give it a big thumbs up. And of course, as always, share this video. Enjoy that gardening experience.